Welcome back, everybody, to the Paper Mario the 1000-Year playthrough. This is part 51, and we're finishing up watching the, sort of end-of-game stuff content here. And now Mario and Luigi are having a sit-down chat, just like they did at the very beginning of the game. Wow, it all comes full circle. I like how Luigi is just like, hey, you saved the world again. So, I guess that whatever he did wasn't nearly as important by comparison. Alright, we got an email. Your newfangled mail gadget. I can give respect to anybody that uses the word newfangled. It's Goombella. She's still working with Professor Franklin, and they're researching. They're being big brainy Goombas, as they usually are. Now we get a little bit of catch-up here, I guess, with Goombella, who's apparently been keeping tabs on everybody. Since, since the closing scene there when Mario left. Oh, right. The secret. So, yeah. So as we saw, Professor Franklin he found a treasure chest inside of the Palace of Shadow. And the secret treasure inside of the chest is a dried shroom. Just, wow. Okay, great. And I say this now because you're supposed to actually go over to Professor Franklin and learn about that from him, but, just to save time, I guess I'll just mention it now. So, apparently Koops is standing on his own 2 feet here, more often than not. And, yeah, Flurry's back on stage in a big way. It's like, wait a minute, why is there a battle all of a sudden? And wow, gee, okay. It's called Paper Mario. I saw it twice. And of course, who else would play Mario but Dupless? That's so weird. Oh, here's a big surprise. Little Ken. Isn't that just adorable? Cute. Alright, well. If only that was a possibility, am I right? What is going on? Why does she keep saying everything that he does and says is like too cute? It's like he's trying to make a name for himself and, trying to be a serious competitor, and Goombella's like, wow, that's just so adorable. So apparently Beldum turned over a new leaf. I don't know if I believe that one. So it seems, So it seems. But, again, I don't know, it's just that the way that Beldum has acted since the very second of this game, it's, I don't know, man, I don't believe it. That's just my take on it. Back on Keel Hall Key. That sounds weird. Great. I like how they all still look like they're completely famished, though. Like the toads, they look like they're still messed up. I guess. Also, this is very impressive. Now watch this. It goes boing, boing, boing. Whee! Why couldn't she jump like that when she was with Mario? Oh, this is super weird. So, not only does Lord Crump live, and Grotus, yeah, they're both still alive. But that doesn't make any sense. So first of all, Lord Crump is literally just a head. Yeah. And he, how? Like, we literally saw him get destroyed to nothing by the Shadow Queen. I don't understand that. Oh, also, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's apparently Tech also still is alive. It's really weird. I kind of wish that they would have just had some finality with, you know, some of these characters. You know, it's just like, hey, you know, Tech's gone, Grodus is gone, Crump's gone. It's just like, okay, great, you know, whatever. But no, instead they're just like, nah, everybody lived. And I'm like, what? How? Why? What was the point? Yeah, that was a little bit strange there. Goombella wanted to express something on him, and then just didn't. What is it with Mario in this game? Just like every female character is in love with him. Literally. Alright, great. Wonder how Luigi's pals are doing. Wonder how Screamy is doing. Well, hi there. Well, hi. It's me, Peach. So apparently Toadsworth found an actual treasure map, and Peach is certain that it will lead to real treasure. And the boat's waiting for you, Mario, so get in. What? Mario's like, wait, what? Awesome. Alrighty then, so that's actually the end of the game right there, but as I mentioned, we're going right back into it, because we got one more thing to take care of, one more big thing to take care of, and that's the pit. The pit of 100 trials. There's my save file. Got 21 hours saved into it, which is really strange, because again, this is a brand new save that I had to redo, so I could only imagine how many hours my, my first save file had. It's probably twice as much. Alrighty. So, the captain on the boat, who we never see, says that he has no idea why Mario wants to return. But if there was a Goomba that cute waiting at the dock for him, he'd totally come back. This is getting weird, man. Alright. So, now that Mario's back in Rogueport, Goombella's right here. Turns out that everybody's also here. And we heard you were coming, so we've been waiting here for you. Ready to go wherever you want to go, we're also there with you. So we're right back on the grind. Everybody is, the party is all here. So, yeah, so the first thing to do, after such a long trip, am I right? Is to take a quick rest here in the inn. And that was, yeah, intentional because, again, I still had some partners who were injured from the Shadow Queen battle. I believe specifically it was Yoshi, but I think there's a quick check to make sure that everybody is healed. Yes, the inn is super overpowered because it heals everybody. And look who's still here, somehow. Even though he was just in Mario's house, he's also here. It's been a long road. So he's got one last story to tell, and that's his books, which I've been buying. Oddly enough, this guy novelized my quest. Also, I love how... So, I think that the thing is, you know, they fall asleep again because, you know, Luigi's talking. But, you know, I was thinking that maybe the reason why, you know, maybe it's not a huge swipe at Luigi or his character or whatever. Maybe it's just because of the fact that Luigi's just the kind of person that just talks and doesn't let anybody say anything in return. Or, you know, in response. Like, maybe he just, like, talks and talks and talks, and he just doesn't stop. Like, you know, some guy that makes videos on this game, and just kind of talks and talks and doesn't stop. Oh, I'm doing something really quick that people wanted me to do. Putting on the W and the L emblem badges turns you into Waluigi. And I'm surprised that I didn't actually realize that before it happened. I didn't know what was gonna happen. I was, you know, people were just saying, hey, something will happen if you put on the W and L emblems at the same time. And I'm just like, wait, what? I was just like, wait, well, I don't understand. What'll happen? I literally could not think of what it would be. And it's Waluigi. Of course, it would make no sense. Anyway, the walkthrough informed me that there's a special surprise at the Poshly Sanctum. And, oh, Oh boy, is it a good surprise? Oh my god, I was just... You can only imagine my reaction. I was just completely blown away. I was standing there like, no way. Are you serious? Wow. Oh, this is awesome. Lady Bo is here. Had left the mansion in ages. Well, she still got the laugh down. But she didn't do the fan thing when she laughs. Also, again, you know, there's like, it's a huge thing about people being beautiful and being in love and all that stuff. It's just like a huge thing in this game. And Lady Bo is apparently no exception to that. Awesome. You can just see how excited I was to see these guys. Oh, that was great. I was really happy of that, to see that, to see them again. Alrighty. So now, we're gonna be doing that thing with the 100 things, but first I gotta take a quick trip to the store and get a whole bunch of items. I'm gonna be selling a couple of those gold bars so that I can have a whole bunch of money. Turns out I didn't really need it, but I got it anyway, and filling up the rest of my inventory with some healing stuff, and also I think a shooting star. All right, so off we go to the location where the Pit of 100 Trials will begin. Yeah, right down here. Go over this way. There's still bad guys down here. Whoop. See ya, jerk. And down here we go. Also, does anybody notice how fast it is now when I go through pipes? It's like, it seems like it got an, I don't know, there's some kind of upgrade that happened. Just look at this. It's instant. That never happened before. I don't know what happened. Like, maybe something changed on my computer. Maybe I got like a update to this emulator I'm using. I don't know, man. It's just going down pipes is so fast now. I wish it would have been like this since the beginning of the game. So here we are at the Pit of 100 Trials, and the sign says that the first attack and bump attack badges will not work. So beware. It's a very spooky sign, and this little doorway here will lead you into the room of the 1,000-year door. Interesting. All right. So with that out of the way, down we go. We begin the trial. And this funky music plays. And this is going to be our very first bout against a brand new enemy. This is a Gloomba. Goodbye, Gloomba. It was nice knowing you. So the Gloombas are basically just Goombas that are slightly tougher. Like they have a little bit more HP and a little bit more power. I actually looked them up here. Oh no, that's not them. That's not them either. Oh, there we go. Yeah, they have 7 HP, 3 attack. Pretty sure, what was it, like, regular Goombas had, like, 3 and 1, I think it was. Alright, level 1. So every time you complete a room in the Pit of 100 Trials, a pipe will appear to bring you down to the next room. And then you will fight another enemy. Or their set of enemies, as it were. But yeah, it's very simple like that. You know, it's just every 10 levels, though, you'll get a prize, basically, for completing, well, a multiple of 10. But honestly, when the very first time, I think, when I said I was going to start doing this playthrough, people had been asking me, you know, are you going to be doing the Pit of 100 Trials? I actually had no idea what that was. I could only imagine what that meant. But, I just said, sure, I guess, you know, because people really wanted me to do it, so I figured why not. And, now we're dealing with some Spanias. Right? I think, yeah, the Spanias are the ones with the spikes on their heads. And picking up some money. Look at all that money. Alright, so down we go into floor number 3. So, all of these enemies are going to be things that we've already fought a long time ago. I think for the first 70... Yeah, the first 1 through 80. Yeah. The floors 1 through 80 are basically all enemies that we've seen, and you know, every 10 floors is basically each chapter. So like floors 1 through 9, you'll see the enemies from chapter 1, mostly. So you know, we got the Dull Bones, we got the Spinias and Spanias, we got Fuzzies, and we got a new character, or a new enemy called the Gloombas, which are the toughest of the bunch out of all of the enemies that you can find in floors 1 through 9. Here they are again. Gloomba. Wow, that's it. Amazing. So, unsurprisingly, because of my level, I'm only going to be getting 1 star point per battle here. No matter how many enemies I face off against, it's always going to be 1 star point. Because I'm just so dang OP compared to these guys. Crazy, crazy, crazy amounts of OP. But yeah, so as implicated, every 10 floors, the enemies will change. So, you know, once we get to floors 11 through 19, we'll start seeing dudes from Chapter 2. Yes, it's all making sense now. But yeah, you know, the idea here is that this thing is available since the very beginning of the game. So you can come here at any point that you want, just to see how far you can get. And I think it's basically just, like, catered towards, like, you know, every 10 levels, you know, once you complete a chapter, you know, like, you'll come here, and then you'll be able to complete, like, the next 10 floors. But once you finish your, you know, once you, like, die, or, you know, you decide to leave or whatever, they have to start from floor 1 anyway. So that's why I wanted to start doing this at the very end of the game, so that I'd be able to tackle all 100 in one go. You know, that makes sense, right? So here we are at floor 10, and this giant treasure chest will give us our prize. It's a Sleepy Stomp badge. Yay! And Charlieton is here. Now, from my interactions with this guy, I've learned a couple things about him. First of all, this guy is kind of a hustler, because every time you see this guy, he will sell the same items, but every 10 floors that you go down, the prices will gradually go up more and more and more. Also, apparently, if you decide to, I think it's when you decide to buy something, and then you're like, yeah, no, I'm full up on stuff, you know, I don't want to buy anything else. He basically outs himself as a thief. Because he says something along the lines of, wow, all this stuff is hot. I mean, great. So, yeah, the hot implying that he stole it. I don't like that guy anymore. I never really liked him from the beginning. I didn't like the fact that he just had, like, 4 items that, you know, changed constantly every time you came into Rogueport. And I didn't like his prices. I just didn't like the way that he did business. And apparently the way that he does business is he steals things and then resells them. Great. What a great guy. So those were Paraglumbas. Those were new. So, of course, the battle was not super speeded. And, yeah, picking up my money. Down we go. Floor 12. So on floor 12, hello. Yeah, I didn't realize that guy was going to attack that fast. We can find Paraglumbas, Clefs, Pokies. Pokies are going to be coming up on the next floor. Also Dark Puffs, which are from outside of the, or not outside, but in the Boggly Woods. Right? In the... Right? That was what the area was called, outside of the Boggly Tree, right? The Boggly Woods. Also, that dang Pokey on the end there had a life shroom. And then it just spawns another enemy. Great. Goodbye. So, Pokies we actually didn't deal with in Chapter 2. We dealt with them in Chapter 3. If anybody remembers. That was the, one of the teams or whatever that we had to fight in the Glitz Pit. Can't remember what their names were. But here's the Dark Puffs. Of course, the whitish gray puffs that can electrocute themselves. Luckily, though... wow. I got double of 1 star point. Luckily, though, my Lucky Start badge gave me the electrified bonus status, whatever. And that just allowed me to jump on that guy with no penalty. So I was just able to jump on him and beat him, and that was it. So I'm gonna make use of that free mushroom that I got. Heal up Mario, you know, just a little bit of healing. Why not? Might as well make some use of it. And we got Piters, also from Chapter 2. Inside the Boggly Tree, though. These guys were in there, you guys recall. Also, I had no idea, like, how to start this battle. I was like, can I do this and get a first strike on them somehow? And then, turns out with a little bit of doings, yeah, I actually can. What do you know about that? Alright. Easy stuff. Easy enough. Alright. So, let's see here. I was actually going to read off a little bit more information. This is something I haven't done in quite some time. About, mostly just stuff from this, the Pit of 100 Trials. Oh, also, so this guy's a mover. So for a certain amount of coins, he'll actually move you down a number of levels, you know, depending on, like, how much you want to pay. And I easily could have done that, but I figured, you know what, this is my very first time ever doing this, I might as well just do it legit. So let's do every single room. And that guy just pops up randomly, you know, there's no way to just, like, tell when he's gonna show up, it's just RNG. So yeah, some Pit of 100 Trials trivia, as well as some beta content trivia, because I like that. I love reading about beta content in games. That's always, that's one of my most favorite things is, like, you know, I think about, oh wow, this could have been in the game, or this could have been in the game, or things could have been like this, or, you know, it could have changed like that. You know, just little things like that. Alrighty, so easily taking care of these guys. Just gonna make sure that I'm done with these dudes, because we're getting close to the end of this video here, so unfortunately I don't seem to be able to have any time to talk about that stuff that I was just talking about. And down the pipe we go, and is this the floor 20? Yes, it is. Floor 20 will give us a giant... oh, I was looking for Charlieton, and he just doesn't exist, and I was really upset about that, because now I have max coins, and I can't spend them. So we got the Fire Drive badge, and that's gonna be it for this part of the Paper Mario the 1000 Year Door playthrough. Join me in part 52, where I'll be continuing on down the Pit of 100 Trials. See you all next time!